hi friends. Okay, today we're going to be making Maritozzi Sorane, and I put Sorane at the end because I'm from Sora, so that's where they're coming from. Maritozzi Sorane. Everybody makes them a little bit different, every region. Okay, let's get going here. So they are a little submarine bun. They're raised, and they either have raisins in them. You can put chocolate chips in them, or you can make them just plain. A lot of people like them plain. Also, they're good with Nutella in the middle, or maybe they're also good with jam. A lot of places in Rome in the morning when you go to the local bars, or cafe bars, they'll give it to you cut in half with whipped cream in them. They're really, really, really good. All right, we're going to get to our Sorane recipe. So here are some of the ingredients. Let's go below here and check them out. All right, we have our flour, and I recommend Manitoba. I know you can get it anywhere locally in the United States. Just check your computer and it'll tell you. So I have the Manitoba flour here. I have 1 kilo. I have 150 grams of sugar. I have 1 cake yeast, 25 grams. Now, you could go and use even 2 packages of normal yeast. 1 egg, 200 milligrams of oil, corn oil. I have 1 of those packages of yeasts in here already going in 500 milligrams of milk. I will be using a teaspoon of this vanilla that we have here. It comes right from the vanilla bean, but you can also use your normal vanilla, American vanilla if you like. Also, we have one lemon grated, and we have our 100 grams of raisins that, see, I have them soaked. Now I've drained them, and we're going to add a little bit of flour before we put them in the mix. And of course, our little mini chocolate chips that'll go in half of the batter. I'm going to make half and half. And so these are the ingredients, and we're going to get started. So give me just 1 second here. We'll move away. We'll get our bowl. And of course, when we're doing our yeast, I like to use a little thermometer, one of these little bar thermometers. You can find them in your local supermarket. Make sure that your milk or even your water, when your other recipes, and make sure it gets to 110 degrees, no hotter than that, because then we need the yeast to proof. Okay, any hotter, it'll probably cook the yeast or not make it very, as you can see, it's already rising to the top. About 10 minutes, prepare this before. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to dissolve our yeast, let that stay about 10 minutes. Take our egg, okay, we'll take our little egg here, and we're going to take our sugar, the 150 milligrams. Now don't worry, I'm going to put these in cups also, okay, and get my trusty old-fashioned mixer out. And we're going to make a little bit of noise, but we're going to mix this till it's creamy. Probably the only part that you need a mixer. And yes, you can make this in your KitchenAid with the dough hook. I prefer to make them by hand. Okay, so here we go. We're pretty much just make it nice and fluffy. And this, of course, is to dissolve the yeast, okay? To dissolve the sugar that we have in here, okay? Not very much, just as long as you get them nice and fluffy, okay? And to this, we're going to gradually add our milk, okay? And mix that together. Pretty much all your wet ingredients are going to go in. Sure you get all that nice yeast out of there. And if you had your packet yeast, the same thing. The same thing. Give that a really good mix. I'll take this all away for you. I'm going to also add our oil in at this point. Okay. Well, that's a lot of liquid, but we do have 1 kilo of flour, so it's going to absorb it all. Okay. And then after this, we're going to want to add our lemon rind in here. Like I say, you can use the 1 tablespoon of your vanilla, and I'm going to add, see, it comes in like a liquid form, probably available also in the States, but I really like it because I get that little seed of vanilla in my product after. Okay, and now comes the part where we're going to add our flour, and a little bit at a time. We're not going to add it all at once. I'm going to get a spatula back here. Okay, and we're going to start adding our flour in. And yes, at one point we're going to be kneading it.
So let's add this in. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
We don't want to add it in all at once because we'll get a little bit of a mess. Now if this was your mixer, same thing, a little bit at a time. Okay, don't be as messy as me. Okay. Yeah, I was worried too at first. I thought, oh my goodness, all this, you know, liquid, but I do have a kilo of flour here to make 12 of these really pretty Maritozzi. They measure about 3 inches by, I'd say, 7-8 inches long. It's like a little submarine. Some of my friends in the United States have tasted these when I was there. My kids love them here, my friends. When I make them, I give them away because everybody's waiting for my Maritozzi. And the reason I'm making this recipe is I used to go to my local baker, and when I opened them up, I only found 1, 2, maybe 3 little raisins. And I think that this is not, it's close to a stolen, but it isn't. That's a recipe that in Germany they make with the raisins in it, a long one. But I like it like that. And I couldn't get her to put more in, so I said, you know what, I'm going to learn how to make them. And that's what I did. I looked at a few recipes, I twerked a little bit, and this is the recipe I came up with. And I'll tell you, go and check the blog out on Marisa's Cucina, Italiana, blogspot.com. You'll get the whole recipe right there. Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll be right back, and we're going to finish up putting in the flour, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I didn't want to give you all the time to show you how it is, but once you've mixed all your flour in, as you can see, a little bit sticky. What we're going to do, we're going to roll it on our, I roll it on my board. Again, even if you were doing this in the mixer, the mixer would do this part for you. Use always a little bit of flour, not too much. Oh, this came out beautiful. Soft and beautiful. Look at that. See, I told you, all that liquid, one gets scared, is, my goodness, how much liquid. But nope. In fact, the more liquid you have on a raised product, the better the outcome of your product will be. For some reason, the liquid really works on the gluten. And there you are. You don't have to mix it too much. Okay, now since this is a really big loaf, and I said if I cut this in half, this will make 6, so this will make 6, because there'll be 12. So what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to put this aside 1 minute. I wanted to show you the raisins, and then what I do is I add a little bit of flour. If you do this, they don't sink to the bottom. Do this when you do your muffins, and put a little bit. Okay. Now what we'll do with these, the chocolate chips don't need it. Bring our little dough, little baby dough here. Cut them in half. Okay. Put one aside. And as you're kneading, you press it open and you add some of your raisins. Okay. This is how I do it. And I keep doing this. Okay. This shouldn't take very long. Sometimes I put them on the board here and let them pick them up, you know, let the dough pick it up. You want to make sure you get them all in there. At first they look like they're a lot, but they won't, because this is going to double in size. And then when you're cutting up your Maritozzi, you won't get a raisin. And I like the raisins. Okay. There you go. These are golden. These are really pretty. These are not the really black currant raisin, but they're kind of a white. They're really nice. Or whichever one you need. You know, you could even do this with cranberries. I haven't done it, but I bet you that they'd be nice to get that done. Okay, so there you go. Nice elastic. You can feel it when you want to make a ball. Keep putting that under with your hand. Okay, and we're going to place that in a bowl. Okay, we're going to cover it, and we're going to put that. We're going to put this in an oven. I put it in the oven with my little light on for 2 hours. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the other one with the chocolate chips, and then we'll be back 2 hours, and we'll show you how we're going to make our little submarine Maritozzis. Okay? Be right back. All right, so our 2 hours have gone by, and I'm going to show you what mine look like. Okay? They really risen. There you go. Okay, now I know it looks nice and fluffy, but we have to punch it down. That's it. Take it out of the bowl. Okay. And just give it a soft, soft knead. Nothing strong, just something soft. Okay, so we're going to get our pan. Okay, I'm using one of the ones in the oven. You can use a normal pan. And we're going to cut these. And I usually weigh them, okay? So I'm not going to start weighing them. What I'll do is just try to make them as even as possible. If I go weigh these, they probably weigh about 100 grams a piece. Okay, so now you have your little kneading here. And this one looks like it could use a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to just, what I do is I put my thumb under, okay, there, and then I kind of push the ends so that they look like a, look at the raisins in that. Isn't that beautiful? At least once you eat it, you're going to get it, because this is going to rise again. This is our first rise. This is the second rise, but they only rise about 20 minutes, okay? And we place them right over here. Now, do it again. Kind of put your thumb here, okay, so that they come out a little long, and then on the ends, I put pressure with my, with the part of my hand, and they come like a little submarine. Okay, I'm going to do that again, and then I'll show you a couple of round ones. Okay, and we'll put the tray aside, and I'm going to show you the chocolate chip ones because I did make them. So I'll just show you how they do this. Now these are going to be covered, and you're going to leave them covered for another 20 minutes or till they proof again and they become pretty much, I'd say double the size. But you'll see them. Okay, let's make a round one. So if we're going to make a round one, just keep your pressure on it, okay? And then you grab it, and you're going to kind of keep putting it to the bottom. Putting it to the bottom, okay? And it's okay. The raising of it will make them real pretty. And there's your round one right there, okay? And so on. You're going to go ahead and work on those. Now what we're going to do, we'll show you the chocolate chip one. I have another pan ready. And like I said, this here will wait on the side for you. Nothing will happen. And here's a chocolate chip one. Take that right out. Again, a real easy, soft knead just to lower it. Look at that. Again, cut it in half. And I say, if I would weigh these on a scale, but I've been making them so long that if I cut these in 8 pieces, I know that I'm going to get a really nice Maritozzi. Like I said, this one needs a little bit more. I know, I can see it already. Okay, again, under. Make it into, these, to tell you the truth, I like them round for some reason. And the chocolate melts quite easy. So I think what I'll do is just go ahead, finish this up, making the round ones, letting them stay for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. You'll see them. I'm going to put these back in the oven and they'll proof again. And then we'll just set our oven at 350 and let them cook for about 20 to 25 minutes. I'll give you an update on that time when we come back. All right. All right, so now after 20 minutes, you're going to see what they really look like, how they've re-puffed up again. Okay, here they are. These are the raisin ones. Now I got two missing from here because the pan's not big enough and they're in another pan. But you can see how they've gotten pretty much doubled in size. And these are the chocolate ones. Of course, the chocolate always gives a little bit, it melts a little bit in your hands because of the temperature. Okay, so now we're going to put these in, we're going to put them in a 180 Fahrenheit, 350 degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes. You're going to watch them because they're going to get really, really dark chocolate on the top. And then when they come out, I'll show you a little trick that I give them to put the sugar on and glaze them, or you can just leave them normal powdered sugar. All right, see you in 20 minutes. All right, friends, mine have been cooking. This kitchen smells fantastic. These are the chocolate chip ones. Of course, there's one minus in here. You won't count them, but we've already did the taste test. And here are the ones coming out now. These are the ones with the raisins in them. And what we do with these I don't like to put the sugar on it like I'm going to do right now to these, but I do like to put the sugar glaze on here, and I'll show you exactly how we do that. Okay, you could do it right in the pan, but I took them out. So what we're going to do is we take a little bit of water, just normal water, and then we add the sugar on top till you kind of see that it's absorbing. Okay, and that gives it kind of more of a sweeter taste when, because they're, you know, these are raised dough. There's a little bit of sugar in them, but the 150 grams wasn't a lot. So as I'm doing this, I want to remind you to subscribe to my channel, of course. And the recipe is on Marisa's Cucina Italiana blogspot.com. And if you have any questions, you can email me. Everything is on the website below, on the end of the film here, all my websites and everything. But my blog has a lot of these recipes on them. Okay, and this is the last one. Of course, these are bubbling. And remember, it won't stick after you put the water on it, so you want to get the water on it as soon as. All right, let's cut into one, and let's hope that we get the one that has the raisins in them. The chocolate ones, they were quite full, and these are quite warm still, but we'll give one a cut. Okay, let's try it right here. Let's try this one. Again, they're really, really warm. You see how soft they are? There you go. And like I said, the raisins are right in here. You can see them all on the outside. Aren't they wonderful? And here's a little bit of a round one. And give another one a try. Woo, they're so hot. There you go. See the raisins? Ooh, there you go. Take a look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. Well, since these are boiling, these ones here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a taste test to the chocolate ones. So follow me right here, and we'll show you the really, really nice ones with the chocolate in them. These really came out really cool. They're very, very nice. All right, you want to follow me, and we'll cut these up here. Okay. These are a little bit more cooled off because I put them in before. Here you are. There's the chocolate ones with the chocolate chip, and we're going to give them a taste test. How's that? Okay. Let's give this a nice taste test. I'll just cut one off here. Of course, I've already had one. Nice. Look how soft they are. Isn't that adorable? And they taste really nice with the chocolate. Every little bite you get, you're going to get a piece of the chocolate. So this is the recipe for the Maritozzi Sorane. Again, you can make them all with raisins if you like. You can omit them. You can put a few less in them. I've got them at 60 to 80 grams. Also, I'm going to give you all the information in cups and in all the measurements in the English measurement. All right, well, again, subscribe to my channel and make sure that you give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And there's some more videos to follow in the future. 1 a week, how's that? Okay, thanks for watching. Bye. And don't forget, Mangia, Mangia.